right. Hello, guys, and welcome back to U.S. History. Today, we are going to be looking at some of the early exploration. So, we're going to talk about the Middle Ages, specifically the Crusades, a little bit, and how that led to more trade. Then, we're going to look at some of the advances in technology that, again, led to the ease of travel. And then, we're finally going to talk about Prince Henry, who is again was a person who helped develop new technologies and things to help increase exploration. So the important thing to remember about this today, this lesson, is that this is kind of going to set the scene for discovering and learning more about finding the Americas and getting to the first people that landed in America, the first colonizers. All right, so I kind of mentioned the Middle Ages. A lot of the time, we'll notice that things spread through war. So one of the good examples of this are the Crusades. These were holy wars fought during the Middle Ages, and they were fought for the control of Jerusalem. One of the side effects of this war was that they led to trade between Europe and Asia. They really encouraged the exchange of goods and ideas, and the people who fought in the Crusades, the Crusaders, brought back silks and spices from Asia back to Europe. And this, in turn, increased the demand for Asian goods between Europe and Asia. So, in addition to that increased demand, we also had some pretty interesting advances in science of navigation technology that led to people having the ability to travel farther and explore more. Maps became much more accurate for their time and were kind of developed, and people started working on them more as like a profession rather than what had been seen prior to this. There was also the invention of a new ship called the caravel. This was different because it had both square and triangle shaped sails, which allowed the ship to change direction and catch the wind much more easily, which allowed for quicker travel and more accurate travel as well. One of the other things that helped with trade, or because of the trade with Asia, is that Crusaders brought back new compasses that actually pointed north, which allowed sailors to navigate south of the equator. Globes were also invented around this time, invented and then worked on around this time. And then finally, the astrolabe measured the height of the sun and stars above the earth, which led to, again, more accurate navigation. And then finally, I wanted to look at Prince Henry. So Prince Henry was nicknamed Prince Henry the Navigator. He was a prince of Portugal, and he was a big advocate for increased exploration and navigation skills. He believed that ships could sail along the western coast of Africa to reach Asia, and he also wanted to find new sea routes to Africa to increase Portugal's wealth. So he was one of the first people to set up a school where experts worked on navigation. So they both increased their skills and also trained other people in how to navigate. And the big thing that came out of this is that sailors were able to navigate in open waters more accurately. So prior to the development of better exploration and navigation, sailors rarely lost sight of land because you can't see where you're going. And if you don't know where you're going, you would get lost at sea and die. So the better navigation skills that people like Prince Henry the Navigator and his schools helped cultivate in individuals, helped sailors be able to travel in the open waters. So like I said at the very beginning of this video, this is kind of like an introduction to some of the things that made exploration to the Americas possible. So some things to remember from this section is that wars, especially the Crusades, led to increased trade. And that in turn led to people wanting to trade more and wanting those goods. The demand grew, which led to the invention of new technology, which also increased the trade, which led to new technology. And these also led to Prince Henry creating a navigation school to help explorers learn to navigate better, and for sailors to learn to navigate better. Again, all of these pieces really led to an increase of the skills of early explorers and sailors to find new lands. Thank you guys for listening. Go ahead and check back in Canvas and see what's up next. Bye.